Hey guys, welcome back to the Ottawa Senators rebuild in NHL 21. This is episode 3. Last episode, we got up to right before the trade deadline. We made some moves. We simmed through the first part of the season, and everything's kind of going the way that I wanted to. We're not doing very well. I want a really high pick in this draft. We're focusing on the scouting staff. The coaching staff's all going to go, so we're just moving on the unwanted contracts, as well as hoping that Stützle and Tkachuk continue to develop, which they are. If you haven't checked out the previous episodes, make sure you go do that first. All right, guys, let's get into episode 3 of the Sens rebuild. So here we are, folks. It's February 21. We're about 5 days out from the trade deadline. I'll show you the lines currently. Brady Tkachuk up to an 87 overall. Stützle now an 85, and Dadonov our leading scorer at 84. White, Norris, and Dzingel on the second line. Paul, Tierney, Batherson, and then Formanton, Amadio, and Brown on the back end. We've got Shabbat and Branstrom, who's now an 80 overall. Bernard Docker with Mete, and then Zaitsev and Zub. And then in net, we've got Murray and Forsberg. Murray has been awful. We want to move on from him, but his contract and his performance has just been absolutely brutal. So that is going to make it tough. Really, the only person that I kind of want to trade at the deadline is Ryan Dzingel. So he's having a great year. 35 points in 60 games on the second line. He's in an expiring contract, so we'll see if we can get a buyer to bite on him. In the AHL, we've got Vitaly Abramov, Pinto, and Sokolov, who's now a 70 overall, the 20-year-old power forward who was drafted in the second round in 2020. Still doing very well this season. Forsbacka Karlsson with Logan Brown and Kurashev, who we traded for Kurashev and Forsbacka Karlsson. We were able to get with Stepan being traded, as well as Anisimov. And Logan Shaw, Bodden, and Kapaka with LeBate, Bishop, and Davidson on the fourth line. Defensively, Fortunato is having a phenomenal year. As a 24-year-old, he is up to 37 points in 54 games with Daughtry. So he's not really going to grow much more, but we might be able to grow him enough where he could be maybe a long-standing AHLer for us. As again, making sure that we have some reliable veterans each year and not just churning over rookies every time in the AHL is going to be important, because we want the franchise to be strong throughout the entire rebuild. Labrie, and we've got Lassie Thompson here, and then Josh Brown and Ollie Alsing. And then in net here, we've got Decord and Gustafsson. I really want Decord probably to be the backup next year. Gustafsson as a medium starter at only 22. I kind of want him to start one more year in the AHL, and we'll see, and hopefully we can move on from Murray. So really the main focus here is to make sure that we get Ryan Dzingel. So we'll go and update the trade block here and see if we can't move him either at the deadline or right before. So we got Forsberg there. And we take a look at what his actual trade value is. Not much, honestly, but it isn't nothing. So we'll see if we can actually get him to move for some picks, maybe a prospect, as we're trying to get as many picks and prospects as we can. Just want to show you guys real quick what our prospect or our draft pick situation looks like. And right now it looks like we've got a first, second, the San Jose Sharks second rounder, the gift that keeps on giving. I'm a Sharks fan. And my lord, that trade for Karlsson, a third, and we have no 4th, 5th, and picks, so we might try to move some of these 7ths so that we can get into those rounds, as we've been really good at scouting this year. As again, I showed you guys the steps to improve your draft and your scouting by doing it in sections of 3. We've also got Jake Sanderson, who I had to add into the team. Because he's not in the game currently. He's medium elite, 72 overall in the minor leagues, so that is someone that we're going to pay attention to, as hopefully next season he's in our lineup. We'll have to see what he ends up becoming. So let's go ahead and we'll sim through these next few days, and we'll get to the deadline. Again, right now we are in second last in the division. The Panthers are 16-39-3. They are well in front for that first overall pick. But we are not far behind. So we'll go through these next 3 games here. A 3-0 win, a 4-2 win, because of course, and then one more right before the deadline. And we are a seller. So we will enter the trade deadline here and see if we cannot move Dzingel. So we'll go real quick and see if there's anyone that just wants him first. That's probably the best way to do this. As we'll go down here, and we'll go through and see if any team does want him. So Calgary wants him, and they've got the cap room. Let's see what pick would be around the same end of the 5th or 3rd. I wonder if we can get a 3rd and give up maybe be a 7th. We'll see if that one goes. And it does. Okay, so we get rid of the Zingles contract as well as pick up a 3rd-round pick and move one of the 7ths. I'm completely okay with that. Taking a look at some of the players that are available, it's a lot of older guys, especially on my Sharks, so that is okay. The one thing I do want to take a look at, as I mentioned in one of the earlier episodes, is that I am a big Niagara Ice Dog fan, and I would love to get Akil Thomas off of the LA Kings organization, and it is going to be kind of awfully tough here. He's in the AHL, the medium top 6, 70 overall. I wonder if we can get him for maybe a pick before he improves in overall. There's probably, I mean, we might be able to move that 3rd and maybe the 6th. What would that be? Not really. I wonder if there's any other players that aren't really in our rebuild, but in the AHL, maybe that might kind of fit that bill. Zaitsev, we do have to move as well. It's got 4 years left at 82 overall, and they do want him. I wonder if we can. Now we would be under the cap, so we've got to take some cap back. Is anyone else on a 1-year deal? Dustin Brown. Iafallo might work. Would that get us above the cap? I believe it would, but we're gonna have. Oh, we've got to move Zaitsev here. And this does work, but they're probably not gonna take this. We'll see. And they do. I wonder if we can get away with maybe some of the other picks that we have. 6, 7. I wonder if we can move the back end picks and get the same kind of value. We do not. So it would have to be this 3rd rounder for the Calgary Flames. I'm completely okay with that because, again, Zaitsev is someone that I don't really want on the team. He doesn't have a future with us, in my opinion. And I would love to get Akil Thomas just because, again, he's one of my favorite players. And medium top 6 is definitely decent. And then Iafallo is just for the cap hit, but he is on an expiring contract, so that's fine. And we'll go ahead and make that deal. All right, so we've done that. That's really all I want to do, guys. There isn't really much else, in my opinion, that we should go out and do. Obviously, we're not going to be able to move Murray. I tried. Nobody wants him. I mean, I'll do it one more time and see if we can find someone to take Murray, but I just doubt that there is. No, there's not. Really not going to find anyone. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for the trade deadline, I think. We'll back out, and then we'll take a look at seeing some of the moves once this sims through. Did we get the win as well? We're also going to have to edit the lines now, I believe, because now Zaitsev is out. So let's see. Who replaces Zaitsev? Is now the lines... yeah, the lines are all messed up, so we will go ahead and fix that as now Josh Brown is up from the AHL, 27 years old. He's going to finish out the season. I'm completely okay with that, just because, again, he is not part of our future. Yes, that is okay on the back end. And then I'll go ahead and change the forward lines after that trade. All right, so after making the line changes, we've got Kachuk, Stützle, Dadonov, Batherson, Norris, Tierney, Nick Paul with Colin White at center, and Connor Brown. Is his center right? I just want to make sure that, yeah, we've got the right one there. And then Amadio, who we just picked up for the cap hit, actually fits really well in the 4th line with Iafallo is who we picked up. Amadio really fits in the 4th line. And then Formanton, our other rookie there, he does fit okay. And then on defense, we've got Shabbat and Branstrom, Bernard Docker, Victor Mete, and then Josh Brown called up from the AHL with Artem Zeb, and then in net is still Murray and Forsberg. So now we will go ahead and fix the AHL. All right, so after that acquisition, we've got Abramov, Pinto, and Sokolov, who's still first line. We put in the new Akil Thomas here. We just grabbed with Kurashev and Forsback at Carlson. So that second line is literally all just guys that we picked up. And again, I know he doesn't fit right now, but next year in the offseason, when we grab the coach that we want for the NHL, we're also going to grab him for the AHL. And we'll make sure that it's a little bit better fit going into next year. Kapaka, Bodin, and Brown, and then Davidson, Pekka, and Bishop on the 4th line. Defensively, Fortunato and Daughtry with a +5. Lassie Thompson with Hubert Labry, and then Alsing and Golubov, and then in net we've got Decord and Gustafson, and there we go. That is it. As I feel like that was a decent, exactly what we wanted, in my opinion, for the trade deadline. I mean, there wasn't really many other pieces that we could move. We're right at the cap floor, and we're ready to move on with the rest of the season. So we will sim through March, essentially, and see where we're at right before we get to the end of the season here. So we'll go ahead Actually, we can just go right through the end of the season. All right, so we finished our first season in the Ottawa Senators rebuild, and we went 34, 41, and 7. Good for 75 points. Honestly, exactly what I wanted in all honesty. I really wanted this team to do as bad as possible, move out all of the stuff that we don't want, and that really was what happened. So our leading scorer was Evgeny Dadonov with 72 points in 82 games. Tkachuk right behind him at 72, tied for the team lead, which is awesome. He is now up to an 87. Shabbat, 67 and 82, which is phenomenal. Obviously, he is going to be a huge part of this team. Stützle finishes with 62 points in 82 games, becomes an 85, and we'll see if he did win the Calder or get close enough, really. Josh Norris, also in his rookie season, 54 points in 82 games, which is great. Batherson, 45 and 82, so a really good job all the way through it. Even Brandstrom at 24. I'm really happy with the statistical performance of the players that we needed to pay attention to. And then in net, Murray, 896, and Forsberg with an 891. Now, obviously, the players in front of him are not going to help, but we'll take a quick look at some of the leading scorers and everything like that and how it shook out, as Nathan McKinnon with 117 points to win the Art Ross. Bergeron at 108, which is wild. And then Ovechkin, 61 goals to win the Rocket Richard again. That is insane. My lord. All right, so that is those two awards. We'll take a look at defensemen as well, as John Carlson had 85 points and clearly is going to win the Norris, a plus 50. Next closest is Drew Doughty at 71, and then Shabbat was fourth in defenseman scoring, which is awesome, and a plus 8, to be honest, on an absolutely brutal team. So that is nice to see. In terms of goaltenders, we'll take a look. 45 wins for the 39-year-old Henrik Lundqvist. Anderson at 43, Vasilevsky 43. My lord. And then when you take a look at really who's got a shot at the Vezina, I mean, Andre Vasilevsky has a 920 save percentage and a much lower goals against average, so I'm going to guess that with 43 wins, Vasilevsky will win that. Now, the award that we're paying most attention to, the Calder, and it does look, ooh. All right, I don't think it's guaranteed. Minus 14, Kaprizov has minus 2, but 31 goals to 22. It's going to depend how much more they value that. Josh Norris is right behind him. Laff finished with 45. Höglander with 39. That is going to be close. I hope that Stützle won, but I'm not really sure. Well, now that season's done, we'll switch over to the remainder of the AHL team, and we're not going to make the playoffs at all, which is kind of a disappointment. I really wanted to see this team make the playoffs. I thought that it was half decent, but that's still okay. We are completely rebuilding this entire organization, and next season I am certain that we will get there. So we'll take a look now. The season is done. We'll take a look at how we did. So Shane Pinto leads the team, 61 points in 76 games, and as a second round pick, barely, 32nd overall, medium top 6 at 20 years old. That is great to see because he's probably going to make the NHL next year, maybe. We'll see. Abramov with 59 points, 22 years old, medium top 6, so he's got room to grow. Kurashev, who we picked up in that step-on trade, he's a low top 6 at 78 overall at 21, and he had 53 points. Fortunato on the back end, he's only 24, or he is 24. Doesn't really have a very good potential, but had a great season. And again, I'm completely okay with guys like this because if they become stalwarts and they can't get into the NHL, that's fine. We need veterans to lead the AHL squad as well. Sokolov, a rookie here, our second rounder from last year, a medium top 9, 70 overall now. And then Logan Brown, Forsbacka Carlson, who we picked up. And then we will take a look at the rookie skaters. I know Pinto is, so I wonder if he actually... We'll take a look at who led the league as Perfetti is in the AHL. So he actually led the entire league in points with 67. Sharangovich for the Baby Devils had 64. Holtz had 63. So a lot of good rookies in the pipeline here. Pinto at 61 right behind. So that's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Now we will. All right, let's go ahead here and we'll see how the playoffs look in the NHL. And we'll sim through as now we're about to get to the fun stuff. Here is the playoff tree. Some of the series underway. We got the Jets and Avalanche. We got the Blackhawks and Flames. the Knights against the Ducks, and man, the Dallas Stars sim so well in this game against the Edmonton Oilers. On the other side, we got Hurricanes and Flyers, Capitals and Canadiens, the Boston Bruins and the Leafs, and the Leafs are already in mid-playoff form. And then Tampa and the Islanders, and my goodness, I just finished watching game number 6. Unbelievable comeback from the Islanders. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. There is some things I do want to take care of first, or at least look into, guys, and that is the contract situation. So we've got some more important ones that we do need to look at. First of all, is the contract with Brady Tkachuk. I would love to lock him up here, and he does want to re-sign. Now, there is something, again, I wanted to give you guys all the tips and tricks in franchise mode to help you guys out, but here we go. We've got 87 overall. He's right now he wants $8.325 million for 5 years. Now, the one thing I do want to mention, if they want an extension, you can actually take the amount that they want and times it by 0.85, and 85% is what they'll usually sign at. So that'd be $7.1 million for 5 years, which is a great deal when you consider the free agents go for in this game, which is just absolutely insane. The one thing I do want to kind of focus on here, though, is if I go back one more year, I'll save some money, but also he'll still be an RFA before we have to give him a ton of money. So I think that's how we're going to play it, and we'll see. He wants 6.4 at 85%. I'm going to try and give him at 6.7. I don't want to lowball too much, because if you do lowball too much, guys, you can actually just piss them off, and they'll say they don't want an extension, and then you're not really saving any money. So be careful on that. 6.8 for the next 4 years and 87 overall for one of the better players on the squad. 100% we're going to do the offer on that one. Batherson is another one at 22 and an 81 overall. 100% want to re-sign him, and he does want a contract extension. Here's the thing. We could do the same thing with Batherson, but I kind of want to... I think he could grow a little bit. He's 22 years old. He's a medium top 6 and 81. So I think that if we just sign him long-term, this would take him to 27 years old. We'd get 3 years of RFA. 5 years, 6 years, 3.525. We'll see. What could we get for him? That's $3 million, basically. 85% of that amount is $3 million. I can give him 3.1. For the next 6 years, we lock up Batherson for that. I'm completely okay. We'll see if he accepts. Again, we have so much cap space. We have $21 million. But here's the thing, guys. We don't want to be giving out insane contracts because we are going to have a ton of draft picks that we are going to have to get rid of. Victor Mete wants $2 million. And he's a 79 overall at 22 and a medium top 9. I'm just wondering if he's worth keeping at $2 million. Does he want a contract extension? He does. We don't really have any other defensemen still coming except for Sanderson, because the other ones in the AHL are kind of far away. So, you know what? We're going to see what we could get down to. 1.65 would be 80%, so we'll do 1.7. And maybe add a fourth. That still keeps him in RFA, so I'm still okay with that. We'll give Victor Mete a contract extension. And guys, the reason why I'm doing it now is you don't really want to wait until the contract time, because then they won't always take the extension bonus where, you know, they'll take 85% of what you offer. Artem Zub, he wants a 1-year deal. 79 overall, 25 years of age. You know what? I'll sign him to a 1-year... And he's a medium top 6. We're going to sign him to a 2-year deal. And the reason being is that once he's at 26, he won't really grow anymore. And I think that he's probably going to want more. And 1.2 mil is fine for 2 years for him. Probably going to move on. We might even put him in the AHL, to be honest with you. Amadio is 24. He played great on our fourth line, and he wants a 2-way contract. I'm completely okay with that. We'll give him that. And that is for the main roster. We do need to check on the goaltenders, though. And Murray is obviously extended for forever. Forsberg is 79 overall, and I don't care about him. We've got a lot of goaltender depth. Hogberg, he's basically stuck at a 77 overall. What does he want? A 2-way deal for 2 years. We'll make it. See if he'll accept for 3, and we might just keep him in the AHL. Because, again, having good goaltender depth isn't bad. All right, let's take a quick look at the AHL if there's anyone of importance that we have to get to. And almost the entire AHL team needs to be re-signed. So Logan Brown, and the problem is that a lot of these guys are going to want one-way deals. So Logan Brown, there's no way I can justify it. Medium. Pekka I don't want, but he does want a two-way deal. We'll move on from him. Forsbacka Karlsson, who we just traded for, he wants a two-way deal. And this would keep him 2 years. This would make him a UFA. But a 1 year... Actually, he does... That's fine, actually. You know what? 3 years, two-way deal. He's still okay with that. We'll see if he accepts. Goluboff, who was a veteran on this team, at 31. We'll see if we can move on from him. Same with Michael Haley. And then we've got Kapaka. Wants a one-way deal. Can't... Yeah, I really don't want to do that. I don't want to be giving out a ton of one-way deals. Bodden, I don't really want. Jake Sanderson is a 73 overall. We are definitely going to offer him a contract because he is either going to be in the AHL, and if he grows enough in the offseason, we might actually put him in the NHL. Bishop is 25 at 72 overall. We can move on from him. Davidson, 72 overall, medium top 9 with 24 years of age. We can keep him for 1 more or 2 more years. That's fine. Fortunato just had a great season. Like, he just had a great season at 24 years of age. We can sign him for 2 years and see if... He's only an AHL top 2. He's a high AHL defender, but that's fine. Like, maybe... You know what? We'll sign him for 3. If he, he had an unbelievable season, so... Alsing, who we did play this year... same kind of situation, We'll put him for 3 years and see if he signs. Again, he probably won't grow all that much. Magwood is 22. Medium bottom 6 at 22. You know what? We could probably move on from him. And then we've got Kelly, Reinhardt, Engstrand, Gannett, Lawden, and I don't think we need to sign any of them. We'll take a look at the goaltenders. And we've got Decord who signed. Gustafson is not re-signed. I do want... Oh, he wants a one-way deal. These guys probably won't grow enough. So I kind of think we should probably... He could be a backup, though, in the NHL. But do I really want to offer him a one-way deal? You know what? 2 years, he wants under $1 million? Sure. You know what? I'm okay. Let's let it fly. All right, so that does it for the contracts. And again, now that it is, past April, guys, we do have to do the new scouting again. So I'm going to go through and redo all the scouts like we've done already twice. So again, if you haven't watched the other videos, basically what you do is you go into your scouts, go to scout-specific players. Here's the one thing I do need to point out, guys. If they have a 4 beside their scout rank, like right here, so Ledden has a 4, that means he's guaranteed to be that, okay? So if you go in here, you'll see is medium elite potential. It's 4 out of 4. That's for sure that is what it's going to be. You don't need to scout these guys again. Okay, so you want to make it till June 1st, really, is when, if you go here, we'll start here, potential comparison, although I don't want to do that one, potential comparison, and we'll just go up until June 1st, roughly, and that's what you want to do for every single scout that you've got. That's June 4th, but we'll just remove this one, the last one here. Okay, so the beginning of June, that's what we're looking for, and you want to go ahead and do that with every single prospect that you have for each region, and just make sure that it's again the 4 out of 4 you don't need to do. Like a lot of these guys we don't need to do again because they're already maxed, so you can focus on the ones to make sure that you find out everyone's or as many people's actual potential for sure. All right, so I've gone through and taken care of all of that, the last round of scouting for the draft, and we'll take a quick look at the draft class at the top. And as you can see, again, the way that you scout, I mean, we basically know pretty much everyone. There's a few here. So Owen Power looks to be unbelievable as we move along down here. Leroux with top 6, so probably going to avoid him. We've got Calais Ledeen, and then we'll keep going down. Again, I've rescouted these guys, so we'll probably know by the time of the draft. And we'll take a look and see if there's any gems or busts in this. There is 2. All right, so be sure to watch out for them. So excited for our first draft year, and we are good to go. We'll sim through a couple days and see if our guys accept the contracts that we put out. And Artem Zeb renewed his contract. Amadio renewed his contract. Hogberg did. Victor Mete, Batherson, Kachuk, and Jonathan Davidson, Gustafson, Alsing, Fortunato, Forsback, and Carlson. So everyone did. We've basically taken care of pretty much everything that we needed. And now it's time to get to the fun stuff. Time to go to the draft. We'll see who won the Stanley Cup, as we did not make the playoffs. We were not close, but that is okay. So we will take a look. We'll take a look at the draft class now. And again, Owen Power still at the top here. And we go down, Brant Clark, as we move along here. Lambo, some 3 medium elite. Gunther is another elite. So we want to try and get 1, if not 2, of these really high-end guys. I love Brant Clark. We have a pretty decent defense, though. It's forwards that I really, really want. But obviously, if we can, we might make a play for Owen Power. 6'6". We'll take a look here. We'll see. We'll see. As we've got some moves that we can make. Maybe we move up. Maybe we move down. We'll see. The Tampa Bay Lightning are your Stanley Cup champions. Not really all that stunning. The Calder Cup goes to the Chicago Wolves. All right, so we'll take a look at the award winners. Obviously, the Stanley Cup going to the Tampa Bay Lightning. President's Trophy as well. The Clarence S. Campbell Bowl going to the Anaheim Ducks. Unbelievable that they simmed like that. Prince of Wales to Tampa Bay Lightning. We'll take a look now. The individual awards. We do have some horses in this race. So our Ross goes to Nathan MacKinnon, who had an incredible year. The Hart Memorial Trophy also to Nathan MacKinnon. The James Norris Memorial Trophy to John Carlson, as he popped off. He dominated this sim. The Lady Bing, Nathan MacKinnon. Wow, man, he has got a ton of hardware already. The Calder Memorial is robbed. Oh my goodness. Stützle and Norris had great rookie seasons, but Kaprizov snatches it away. I believe he had 31 goals, a little bit more than Stützle, but Stützle had a lot more points. Man, that's a tough one to swallow. I thought for sure Stützle would win that one. Tough. The Conn Smythe goes to Steven Stamkos of the Lightning. The Vezina to Vasilevsky. Jennings also to Vasilevsky. The Bill Masterson to Nicholas Hjalmarsson. Jack Adams goes to the Islanders head coach Avery. And the Frank J. Selke goes to Ryan O'Reilly. Ted Lindsay Award goes to Nathan MacKinnon, who won an absolute ton. And Ovechkin, man, he wins the Maurice Richard again 4 of the last 5 years. That is wild. Take a look at the AHL as well, as the Solenberger Trophy for the person who scored the most points in the American Hockey League is Cole Perfetti, now probably going to be playing up in the NHL this year. The Cunningham Award, the league's most valuable player, is to Turcotte of the LA Kings. He'll probably be in the NHL. The Willie Marshall Award, the player who scored the most goals, and it's Cole Caulfield. And I have a feeling, again, he will also be in the NHL. There's a lot of good rookies in the AHL this season. We got the Red Garrett Memorial Award. This is the league's most outstanding rookie. That one goes to Turcotte. Eddie Shore goes to the best defenseman in the American Hockey League, and that's Clifton of the Bruins. The Baz Bastian to the best goaltender, and that's Connor Ingram. And then the Jack Butterfield Trophy, the league's most valuable player during the Calder Cup playoffs, that's to Bork. And then the Hunt Memorial Trophy to Cole Perfetti as well. Yannick Dupre Memorial Award, and that one's Clayson. The Harry Hap Holmes Memorial Award, and that's the teams with the lowest goals against average at the end of the season. That's Grosnick. And that is it for your award winners. Great seasons from these guys. I can't believe we didn't win the Calder, but so be it. All right, so now we're in business. It is time for us to shine. We've got to make, and the draft lottery is not kind to us. We go from 4th to 6th. Buffalo goes from 10 to 1. And St. Louis moves up from 5 to 3. That's tough. We wanted a top 5 pick. We're not going to get one. And we'll see how that plays out. We'll take a look again at the draft class. Man, at 6, we're guaranteed Luke Hughes and above, basically. We're guaranteed. So we are going to get a huge impact player. It depends if we want to go with an offensive defenseman or maybe a forward per Enlund, Dominic Thorburn, Alexei Gogolev. That's another defenseman. Or Willie Sylvester. What a name. Oh my goodness, what a name. Or we can go Brant Clark. And Kelly Ledeen, center. He had a really good season as a center. Wow, he might be someone that we target. Or Carson Lambos, Dylan Gunther as well. I want a high-end forward, and I guess a defenseman. There's also Jesper Wellstead as well. We know that he is going to be extremely good. He might be the goaltender of the future, so maybe we go with him. All right, let's go. Let's see what happens. We'll view the retired players. And Host is gone. Zetterberg gone. Corey Perry. I mean, you know, he might win a cup with Montreal this season. He's gone. Kessler's gone. Nielsen, Seabrook, and Matt Molson. That's pretty much all the impact ones. We'll take a look at the goaltenders that are gone. None. All right, so they're gone. And here's all the coaching retirements. Do we have any for us? I don't believe so. It doesn't look like it. And then in the NHL, we'll see. We can continue on here. Again, you don't really have to do the draft interviews but in the first season because you don't really care about the play style and like that because we don't have a coaching staff. So that is all going to be worked out in the offseason, and we'll take a look as we now are about to enter the draft. I want to take one last look at the trading block. And again, Watson. Wow, okay, there's a lot of... We got to redo this. Okay, so the only guys I really want on here is Matt Murray as well, and that's pretty much it. I mean, guys, we have a really solid squad here, and we've got a lot of guys. I don't really know if any of them are going who's expiring. Drake Batherson, we just re-signed. Same with Mete. His new contract hasn't kicked in. There isn't really anyone else that I want. So, I mean, you know, actually, we'll change the wants, though. We want anyone under 26. And we'll do that for forwards, defensemen, and goaltenders. And that's really all that we're going to do. And then, obviously, any pick. But anyone that's under 26, because at least then they can grow. There's potential for growth. I doubt we're going to get any offers, though. But we might move back. We might move up. We might, you know, trade next year's picks. Something if there's a really nice spot in the draft that we want to go to. And we want all these picks as well. As we're now finally in the first real important spot of our Ottawa Senators rebuild here. We got to make sure we nail this draft. So it's not just about the early rounds, but the later rounds as well. And all right, here we go. So we will get set. Here is the draft. All right, so Buffalo is on the clock. And obviously, they're going to take Owen Power. And that's completely okay. So I would love to get Owen Power, though, but I really don't think we can take a shot at that. I mean, we already have Shabbat. We have Brandstrom. Do we need another one? And we have Jake Sanderson. So, really, defense is not a priority here. So, we can sim this pick. And they take Owen Power. A high elite 77 overall. He'll probably play in the NHL this year. Here's where things get a little interesting, is do we make a play for Willie Sylvester? A medium elite sniper, 5'10", it's 17. Patrick Kane, Willie Sylvester. Because really, we're guaranteed one of these 5. So Hughes, again, we don't want a defenseman, and it's all defense here. It's literally the next 6 picks. I think we got to make a play at him. We're going to see if we can get the 2nd overall if we trade up the 1st that we've got. I mean, it's only a few spots. I wonder if we can do it for a 1st and a 3rd. I don't know if I want... that's not it. I don't want to do... Maybe... I really don't want to move a 2nd next year either, though. We've got some picks. Wonder if a 3rd this next year as well as the 3rd we have this year. That's rejected as well. Is there any other... It's really the best play we have. Is there anyone that we can move on from? I mean, Dadonov... We kind of need Dadonov so Stützle actually has somebody to play with. Formanton is 21 and a 78. I don't think so, man. We would have to fire a ton of picks off. A third, and a second or maybe a second next year. I really don't want to do that, but that's rejected too. They really want this pick. Maybe a third as well. That's a lot, though. We just simply... I don't think we're going to be able to get that. Oh, Man, this is already difficult. Because we don't need Gogolev, Thorburn, Enland, or Hughes, really. Or Brant Clarks. And then LaRue is, again, someone we don't need. And then maybe it's Callie Lennon, but that's, down in the draft there. And Gunther as well. These two guys, a 6'2", at 18 years of age. Is he ready to go? He's NHL ready. Gunther compares to, man, it's 2 years away. I just don't know if we go best available or not. I do really want a second one, but we'll sim this one. And they do take Willie Sylvester. A medium elite 84 overall. That's tough. Oh my goodness. We should have just threw the farm. Fair enough. Fair enough. Thorburn, Gogolev, I should have known of that name like that. Really, now it doesn't matter. These guys, because we'll get the next best. So we'll sim that one. Gogolev is a medium elite 80 overall defensive defenseman. We'll see who LA takes. They take Thorburn, an 80 overall medium elite defenseman. There is a lot of great defensemen. And then Enland, they go with him, a medium elite 80 overall. And now we're on the clock. And we can go Luke Hughes, Clark, or Ledden here. I wonder if we go Luke Hughes. He's lefty, though. We have Shabbat already. Do we just go and get another one, or do we get a stud on the right side? But plays like Al McInnes. Or do we go with Callie Ledden? Pro mentality at a really young age. How old is he? He's 18. Luke Hughes is 17. I just don't think that there's any reason to draft him. He's not going to play over Shabbat. We'd really have a great defense. It'd basically been pretty much set, but our forward core just needs help. So I think we have to go with the medium elite Callie Ledden from Liga. Just Miku Koivu. I think that's what we're going to do here. So part of me wants to see if we can trade this pick. Who's behind us? I wonder if we can... The Rangers want to trade their pick. I wonder if we can get an extra pick here for this one. If we go like that, obviously they need to give up more. They've got a couple thirds as well. Maybe we can get a couple thirds. I'm okay with that, though. Let's see. That one, reject that one. We'll take that one, maybe. I'm okay with moving back a couple spots, getting a second, as long as they don't take who I think they're... Okay, LaRue was a great pick there for them. Well, for us, because he's a high top 6, 64 overall. So that's pretty big. And again, that play that we might make sense... Dude, here's the problem. If they take... That might have been a huge gaffe, because if they go... It needs to go in order here. It needs to go in order here. We need Kelly Linden or Gunther. But Gunther's a few years away. All right, here's hoping. They take Brant Clark, a 68 overall medium elite. Now this is a big one. Do you think that they take Kelly Linden? I hope not. And they do. A medium elite 81 sniper. Holy smokes, things go from bad to worse. Okay. We might have to take Hughes here. We got cute and got caught. Okay. Yeah, because Gunther is... It's 2 years out. That's not the right play to make. All right, we'll go with Hughes. Gotta go. Man, that's tough. A 74 medium elite defenseman. Oh, that's tough. Okay. So we don't have a pick for a while now. Our next pick is 34 in the second round. Who we want to pay attention to. I would like Gunther. Who are the other for sure scouted? A2 Ratty, another center here. 2 years out. Medium top 6 Vecchi, but that's nothing crazy to go after. Tynan, another gem. Or there's that gem as well. Where's... Actually, you know who we might focus on here? Is Jesper Wallstead. Because I know that he will end up being something. And that's a little bit of ways away. Okay. We'll sim this one. And there's Dylan Gunther, medium elite, 68 overall. That's fine. So we can now sim a few. As Waz is 60 overall, tie top 6. How far away is Wallstead? Man, Carson Lambos. We don't need a defenseman. I don't even know why I'm thinking about it. We've got a few picks before Wallstead, so we can go on here. And again, I'm not really that upset about Luke Hughes, to be honest with you, because he is, you know, a phenomenal defenseman, and, you know, you can never have too many of them. All right, Valentenko is a medium top 6. A medium elite for Edvinson. Another defenseman, though. New Jersey takes Lambos, a medium elite defenseman at 68 overall, so he's got a few seasons. Again, I just want to be careful here. I really want to make sure we get Wellstead because we don't really have a goaltender in there, but Aatu Räty would actually be a really nice play as well. The Flames want to move their pick. So, this is, again, the same situation we were just in. All right. Eklund goes. This is a big one. And Sillinger goes. All right, so we're right in the range to take Jesper Wallstead. Same with Aatu Räty. And we might be able to... I don't know. We don't have a goaltender, and we still need forward help for sure. But let's see. We've got 2 seconds that we could try and move. All right. So we move up again in the draft. This time we're going to make our pick. So we'll see what Jesper Wallstead is. And he is a 72 overall high elite. So we now have a franchise goaltender. That's huge. And potentially, we could grab Aatu Räty. 2 years out. Oh, man. Is a two-way forward, though. The thing I'll say about two-way forwards, guys, is that while you can get like +3s, it's very hard to get +5 chemistry on a line with two-way forwards. It's still possible, but it's just not nearly as likely. But we really don't need anyone else because like the second round doesn't have a lot of high-end talent that's been scouted. And this draft is, they did mention earlier in the year that this draft is really weak. So there isn't really any other crazy amount of players that we can get in the second round. So I'm okay with that. Maybe we try. How far away is Räty? We're going to play this game again. 4 away. I'm pretty confident that... Oh, I don't want to do that. All right, let's see. Pinelli goes, a medium top 6. Let's see if we can trade this pick as well. I don't know. I don't really have any faith that we'll be able to get this one too, as it's another first rounder. And then we have no second rounders. We do have a couple next year. We have 2 seconds and 2 thirds next year. This is tough. We could move our second next year and third and fourth. We still have all the same round picks, so that's okay. This is a big next year move, and that gets accepted. Okay, so we make sure that we get our center here in Aatu Räty. So we'll make him. And there we go, a 68 overall medium elite. That is phenomenal for us. I'm completely okay with everything now. So we can go ahead and sim to the next round. We'll take a look and see if there was any other huge ones there. I'm still so cheesed over that leaden pick 1 round as we move back in the draft to get some extra picks. And a 81 overall medium elite sniper is right in front of us. All right, so after Räty was Olsen, a medium top 4 defenseman. That's fine. Coyle, medium top 4. Harrison, medium top 6. Daniel Chayka. Stolars. Is there any other huge ones that we gave up on? It doesn't look like it, so that's actually okay. Again, this draft is weaker, so now we're on to this one, and we'll see if there's any huge ones here. We got Marco Salmelainen, and he's 3 years out, medium top 6 at 18 years old. The thing is like we don't really have. We have a second round. When is that next pick actually? 35. It's early. It's right there. This might be a try and trade back one. Is there any gems here that we want? Let's take a look here. So Salmolina we know is guaranteed to be a medium top 6, which is okay. Medium top 9, that's still nothing crazy. I'm just trying to see a medium top 9. A starter. Tucker Tynan is a starter. And then we have... I don't know if we should take a shot on him. I don't really have it all, but he is a gem. So that's probably who we're going to go for. Other than that, medium top 4, Sammy Koivu. Left defenseman. 4 years out. But a medium top 4, that's solid depth. Outside of that, I'm just not seeing anyone that I really, really want. If we go like this, yeah, Borgo will probably grab just because he's a gem. But other than that, like, medium top 6 at, okay, Fabian Lysell. Theo Fleury, wow. A medium top 6, 3 years out at age of 18. That's not bad. Again, we need forward depth. And same with Ray Landry as a grinder. Okay, we do need some some bottom pairing guys. Okay, so there's some decent guys, and it's a little bit later on. But we can just move along here and just see. They're not going to take the guys that we're looking at. Rosen is a medium top 6. McTavish is a medium top 6. We got Calgary now. It is Trotter, medium top 9. And now we're on the clock. And again, medium top 6, Salmolainen. But we don't need another defenseman. And again, the guy that we're looking at is way down here. We've got actually 2 gems back to back. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We can move back quite a bit. So who has a decent pick? You know what? Like, I wonder if we can trade this and maybe get like a 3rd or a 4th back. I wonder if we go 5th round maybe. That's really not enough, though. I wonder if we can move a 6th now, because we have an extra 6th. All right, so we move back. We get a 2nd and a 3rd, so that's fine. So we'll sim that one now. And they take Salmolina, who's a medium top 6, but he's 64 overall. Okay. Dean, high top 9. That was the one we looked at. Stankoven, medium top 6. Alexeev, okay. Let's take a look at the draft class just to be sure. Granlund's right there, but we've still got a ways to go before our guys. Even Tucker Tynan. I love Tucker Tynan. If you guys don't know who he is, he had one of the most gruesome injuries I've ever seen in professional sports. Well, I guess he's in major junior, but in sports. And I was actually at that game. It was super disturbing, but he made a full recovery, and he's actually having an unbelievable season here. He might be another pick, but we already took Jesper. But there's 3 guys right here that are obviously super interesting. Lysell 2 because he's a medium top 6. I would love to get 2 of these, so we'll just keep going. We'll move back again if we've got to. Huckins. All right, so we'll move back again. I mean, we can move back to Calgary probably. And just keep acquiring picks. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. The 2nd rounder there for their 2nd, and we get, let's see, could we get a 3rd? Probably not. Rejected. And again, we have another 7th. Maybe we might be able to do 2 7s here. Nope. Okay, so not a 3rd, maybe a 4th. They don't have a 4th. Actually, they have the New York Rangers one, though. We don't have that. We'll go like this. Nope. Okay, we'll try a 4th. They don't have one. A 5th, maybe? I'm not a big fan of that, but whatever. That's fine. And we'll see who they take. Ference. Oh, that's that's ironic. Tanabe. Pakarainen, a medium top. Wow, a 70 overall medium. That's not a bad one at all. Again, we'll take a look at how far out we are from the guys that we want. Medium top 9 is nothing crazy. So we're still about 10 away from the range that we're looking at. So Hellenius, Pittsburgh takes Iorio, a medium top 6. Dallas will take Krinkovic, and now we're on the clock again. And this is a spot where we could probably make our selection. So I'm going to go with Lysel here because he's at least guaranteed. 3 years out, 18 years old, medium top 6. And then, yeah, and he's the highest rated. So we'll make that pick. Medium top 6, 63 overall. That's fine. And then we'll go a few more, and we'll see if we can't pick up another second. A Shovel Dave. Wow. And for the Jets. Some of these names are super ironic. Keep going here. We're still about 3 or 4 away. I don't really want to mess around here, though. Let's trade for this pick. 3rd, 5th. We actually might not be able to get into it. Okay. Can we get another 5th here for next year? Okay, we're in a spot now. All right. And they take Tucker Tynan, a medium 70 overall medium starter. That's not bad at all. I'm okay with that, though, because we have Wilstad. I do want to try and get Borgo. 18. 4 years out at 18, though. That means he's going to be low overall. Oh, Medvedev. 4 years out as well. And he's a defenseman, so I really don't care about that. We'll try one more. Okay, wow. Okay, they didn't take him yet. We'll see if we can get this pick. I don't know if we can. If we can't, we can't. 3rd and 5th. As well as, let's see, we got 2 7s here next year. Moved a lot of picks for next year, but that's still okay. Okay. All right, let's draft our guy. Let's see if our scouts got it right, as if he's a gem or not. Xavier Bourgault. 59 overall, medium top 6. Not really what we're looking for here. So we are going to actually sim this pick. Let's see the next guy. Medvedev's a medium top 6. That's nothing crazy. Kasperitis. All right, so we're going to sim to the next round. And again, we'll see if there's anyone really crazy still left in this draft here that we want to go. This is a weak draft. Again, remember, guys, that's important to remember. Not all the drafts are going to have unbelievable top-end talent throughout. Ray Landry, low top 6. And then it's really, that's it. Like, there's no one else that is super, interesting. There is one, though, I want to see. My man Mason Howard, if you guys have seen my streams, he is someone that watches my streams and one of my favorite players to watch on the Ice Dogs. So I'll probably draft him with, when's the next pick? We don't have another pick, so we will have to grab him. I want to try and grab him, but we can go through this next round here. And we'll do it one more time. I can grab him with the 7th. All right. Let me just make sure he's still available. And that's pretty much it. Again, he's going to be an AHLer, but completely okay. Dude is one of the most fun guys to watch, man. Absolutely crushes anyone that tries to get in on his side of the ice. Really fun to watch. And he's entering his overage season this year. So let's see. We got 2 7s here. I'm going to try and trade 2 7s for the 7th. I mean, I feel like there's no way you don't accept that. Perfect. Okay. All right, let's make our pick, and then that'll be it for our draft here, guys, and we'll do one little look-see and see how we did. Obviously, things did not go the way that we wanted at the top part of the draft as we grab Mason, who is a 70 overall. Wow, okay, AHL high top 2. That's perfect because I will probably put him in the AHL for the duration of the sim. All right, so we got Hughes, Wallstad, Ratty, 3 first-round picks there. Lysel in the 2nd, Bourgault in the 2nd as well, and then Howard in the 7th. And all right, guys, so we are now in re-sign phase. And again, the coaching staff is going to be under fire here because we can now actually find the staff that we want. And again, when you go and look for what your team wants, right? He needs to fit Shabbat, Kachuk, and Stutzla. After that, it's okay, like it's whatever, but those ones specifically, he needs to fit because those guys are not going anywhere, and that's really going to be our main phase. And we did take care of a lot of the excuse me, a lot of the re-signs earlier on, and as you take a look at the re-sign of coaches, these guys are all gone, and I'm completely okay with it because, you know, like, there's really no reason to keep them. We're gonna move on with a completely new staff, so we can do that. In terms of scouts, let's see, needs a contract. All right, Kessel is an A+ scout, but it's only a C overall. We'll re-sign him, but we might actually get rid of him. Again, scouts as well, we're going to be looking for A+ scouts that are just, you know, good all the way through. So we'll do quick work of this again. This was a longer episode, guys, obviously, with the draft. And, yeah, I mean, like, we're already in good shape. Looking towards next year, we've got a few decisions to make. Brown wants a one-way deal, 23 overall, medium top 6, 1.3 mil. I just don't know if he's going to grow enough. I mean, he is a... We might be able to put him in the minors. I could sign him to a one-year deal, 9.75, and we'll see. I think I might play him in the AHL anyways. And that's pretty much it. Abramov, actually, we'll qualify Abramov. Same with Kopaka. We got to go through and see who actually increased in rating. We also have 74 for Luke Hughes. Ooh, we are going to need to sign to a contract, so there is that. Bodden is 24. We can qualify him. As well as Bishop, we can get rid of. We can let him go. Mason, we might sign. Ratty will let sit in the juniors. Lysell, same thing. And Borgo, all these guys lower on. Yeah, we can get rid of these guys, actually. Yeah, that's probably the best way to go. So, we have, what, 46 contracts? Okay. 46 contracts. The only ones I really care about. We'll sign Hughes and play him pretty much immediately. As well as we have Sanderson coming up too. I forgot about Sanderson. Let's take a look. Actually, in net too. 72 overall, high elite at 18. We might want to start Wallstad in the AHL too. We have a lot of goaltenders, guys, and we need to just clear out the, you know, kind of the guys that aren't going to start for us. Oh, I don't know. I mean, Sogard, our starter next year is going to be Murray, probably, until we move him. We got to try and move him this year. Forsberg's gone. And then Hogberg goes up to be the backup. DeCord starts with Gustafson again, and Sogard will probably trade as well. There's just a lot here. And he's only 18. We'll probably let him go then for a little while. One more season. And then, yeah, Sanderson's good to go. All right, so that's really all we need to do there. Advance that day. Brown re-sign. Hughes re-sign. That's pretty much it, guys. As Kessel takes our contract, and then I believe that's it. Is there any RFAs? Today's the final day. Zachary Magwood. Bodden resigns. Okay. No, I don't think that's... I think that's it, guys. I really don't think we need anyone else. We'll qualify these guys. We'll give them contracts. Bishop's 25 years old. Medium bottom 6 and 72 overall. He's not going to really increase. Magwood's 23. He's a medium bottom 6. So, again, we can just kind of clear that out. So, that is it. We can advance the day. Kopaka resigns. Abramov takes his qualifying offer. And then we're going to have to hire some coaches, guys. So we have got a ton to do, but that is going to do it for today's episode as we got through the draft. The first season is completely done, but now we get into the big stuff. We have got to find an entirely new coaching staff. We'll see who's available in free agency, and we'll rework our entire roster in the AHL, get our rookies in for this year. A lot of stuff we got to take care of in the next episode, guys. But thank you for watching and all of the comments and things. Let me know what you think of the rebuild so far. Obviously, that one gaffe with Willie Sylvester and then moving back was a little tough. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with the first draft. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys.